Hey, how's it going? Today we're just, screwing around. Figure we play a game of D&D. We play 5th edition, but it's incredibly homebrew. For those of you that are familiar with D&D, you'll see what we mean. For those of you that aren't, hopefully you'll still find some enjoyability out of this. You'll have fun watching. Hand over to.
I'll be playing the characters Victor and Zinro. Zinro is a half elf, half orc, and that can be when his mother was captured and taken by force and returned later to be pregnant with the kid. And later he ends up leaving with his cousin because they weren't really liked amongst their tribe of elves. And the second character, Victor, is a warforged, and he woke up in a dark cave with his adventuring gear and a mechanical owl for a pet of his, and he only has one memory, and it says go find Leslie at, and then the memory fades out. So he's trying to figure out what's going on and where to find this person.
Our adventure begins in the village of Blackwater. The town has been under a plague of children going missing. Those who decide to stay, they're starting to slowly get deformed. And in that deformity, a lot of people have left, but there's just a bunch of bad things going on. Crops dying, animals getting sick, livestock turning on the people that own them. And eventually, adventurers have been called to try and find the root of the evil, to get rid of it altogether, and that's where we all come in. Alright. Victor, Zinro, and Akarn have arrived at the village. There's swamps and bogs that kind of seem to be placed up, but they're odd. They just by looking at them, you can tell they're not supposed to be there. Just at least not the way they are. Gnarled roots and twisted trees are all around. What should be farmland has patches of water, like the land's trying to sink into itself and retreat some kind of how. It's dark. There's a light layer of mist that enshrouds the whole village. A lot of places you can see are dimly lit. Even more, no one's there. As the group approaches, the houses that are dimly lit, their candles snuff out one by one as you start to walk by. But there's one on the edge of the village. The window is brightly lit.
Let's go to the house and knock on the door. See if anybody's home.
Who's knocking?
Zinro.
Okay.
Zinro's knocking.
Okay, Zinro knocks. And you get a squeak. And you see the light move from out of the window, but you can follow it somewhat as it goes through the house. And it comes in some little lady. She's mid-20s, is looking at the three of us, the three adventurers, and is looking kind of surprised, like, what are you doing here? She hasn't said anything yet, but that's the look she's giving. She's creaked her door open a little bit, just enough to look at you guys.
Hey man, I was just wondering if I could ask a few things about the town and surrounding area, I guess.
What are you doing here? Don't you know what's going on?
No, but I'd like to be informed if possible.
We're plagued by evil.
What kind of evil would it necessarily be?
Of the worst kind. Cat. No. No, babies. No.
Does the evil have a source it came from, or any particular day it came?
No one knows. Everyone that sets out, they never return.
I don't know what it could sound like. What do you think, Divine?
The car looks around, and he's starting to look around from left to right, and you see him kind of back away as he steps behind Victor, and he starts sniffing, like he's trying to drink in the air to see what he can smell. And he looks back at you and goes, "I don't like this."
Oh, this is gonna be a fun day, isn't it? What is it?
You still talking to the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is it?
It smells of death. I smell nothing but rotting bodies and dead blood.
So we could possibly be dealing with the undead, is what you're saying.
Or just a lot of dead bodies. I can't tell from here.
Can you pinpoint a source from where it's coming, or is it just all
The
around?
stench of death is it's burning my nose.
Say we can try wandering one way, and if we don't find anything, do a perimeter of the town itself. What do you think?
Fair enough. Oreo! Cats and cameos. Cats and cameos.
Zinro will head west, Victor will head east of the town. I did that on purpose. Leave me alone.
Speak up.
Zinro heads west, and Victor's heading east to cover as much land as possible to see what's going on.
The Karn looks at you and says, "I just told you there's nothing but a mass of dead bodies around here. And you want to split the group up?
Well, I don't want to,
Then don't."
but it'd be the best to try to find the source
No,
as
it
quick as
wouldn't.
possible.
It's the best way to get killed.
Fine, how do you suppose we do it?
Stick together. Basic tri-formation. That way we each have each other's backs.
Alright. Sounds fun. Let's do it.
Very well then.
What direction should we head first?
I'm letting you lead this expedition.
No fun.
I'm just there to offer advice.
Let's go west first. Be best. Probably.
As you start to leave, the lady calls behind you. "Can I go with you? Can I go with you? Don't leave me here."
Ma'am, I don't think it's necessarily safe for you to come with.
It's not necessarily safe to stay here either.
It's not, but you could be in more danger by coming with than staying.
That is yet to remain. I don't see how I can be in any more danger coming with you. You have weapons. We're a town of farmers. We have pitchforks and pikes and scythes, but we're not trained warriors. Safest is with you.
Fair enough. Come with.
Okay, you start to move, and the more you're going, the ground starts to get more slushier. It's going from solid ground to more mud. And it's just a little layer of mud on the heel of your boots, and then slowly starting to get to like up to your ankle. So it's sloshing and it's making it harder to tread.
Victor saying, I don't think we should continue. At the very least, I shouldn't continue. So I don't know what you guys want to do, but if it's going to keep getting deeper, I shouldn't be going.
Karn looks at Victor, nods, and then he looks over at Zinro.
Let's turn back. Obviously, there's nothing this way, so we can scout the other ways.
Roll perception.
Oh, I love you so much. D20, right?
Yeah.
I don't like you. You know that? Nat 20.
Oh, you notice the fog. Which one?
Zinro.
Zinro? Roll for Victor.
6.
He ain't noticing anything.
He's more worried about trying to get out. I don't like it when I can't see your rolls.
That's the point. Zinro notices the fog gets thicker slowly. And as it's coming in and coalescing, it's coming up a little bit. It's starting to creep up.
Guys, I don't like this.
You can hear laughter, faint laughter, echoing off in the distance.
Zinro gets his bow out and knocks it to get ready. While he warns Victor and Dakar.
Roll reflex.
Oh, I really don't like you. D20 still?
D20.
2. I roll a 2. I go from a 20 to a 2.
What does Victor get?
4. 5 characters.
What are what's your modifiers for dexterity?
+4 and +3.
So yeah,
So
you still ain't making it.
Yeah, it'd be 6 and 7. That smile alludes to something.
All three, Victor, Zinro, and Dakar, have zombie hands wrapping around their legs, trying to pull them deeper into the mud.
Oh, I had a feeling this was gonna happen. That's why I didn't want to bring the woman with us. Zinro and Victor will just try to cut away the arms.
Roll.
20. Zinro got a 6.
What's his modifier?
It's Dex, right?
Yeah.
+4, so we got a 10. Time for Victor. 17 for Victor.
Victor cuts himself free. Victor manages to cut himself free in one blow. Zinro, on the other hand, as he cuts, his blade's stuck in a zombie hand, in between bone.
Dang it.
No, he's got a bow. I'm sorry, I apologize. So he's trying to smash it away. They grab the bow.
Oh, fun. I'm not losing my bow. What am I without my bow?
Dakar wields the sword and quick draws and zombie hands.
Seriously, Zinro's the only one that failed. I guess he's not for up close personal combat. He's a ranger after all. I'm gonna attempt again, or did you cut just your legs free?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm gonna attempt again with my dagger. Yay. I don't like my chances.
What'd you roll?
Rolled a 4. It's an 8 with my modifier.
Nope.
What cry?
You pull your dagger out and you're trying to start stabbing, but another hand grabs your wrist.
Victor goes to assist. God, I don't like this. Nat 20.
Natural 20. Cuts the hand away. Cuts the hands away. Cuts him free. The zombie hands, the parts that are still attached to the zombies, slowly sink back into the muddy waters. What's left starts to deteriorate really quick. And
now here's the question, where's the woman?
she's still there.
Untouched?
Now she's hiding behind Victor. You're the strongest I've seen. The most capable. I'll stick with you.
She was untouched. None of them touched her. I don't like this.
I didn't say none of them touched her. You were too busy. You gotta be too busy dealing with your stuff.
But she doesn't have a weapon, therefore if it touched her, she would have either screamed or not been able to get out. So nothing touched her. I don't like this. Nothing's touched her so far. Suspicious. Out of all the villagers, she's the only one that wanted to come with us, huh?
Roll perception.
Oh, I don't like you. I really don't like you now. 14. Plus, I don't know.
Wisdom.
I wasn't. Plus 3. So 17 for Zinro. 19. I don't even need a plus for that. So 19 for Victor.
You all notice faces starting to form out of the mist. Faces and hands. They move ghostly, and they like about to touch you, but then they stop and they waft through you, and you hear the laughter going ha 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 ha, and they retreat back into the mist and they move all around.
Zinro was just stating, how much gold do you want to bet that it's a warlock?
Try formation. Dakaran looks. He has his hand on over his blade, about to do a quick draw. Try formation. She's in the middle.
Alright, let's go. Zinro knocks his bow and Victor gets his greatsword out. Is it like a heavily wooded area we're in, or no?
Yes.
He doesn't use his greatsword, he puts his greatsword away and uses his long sword and shield instead. Never trying to swing a greatsword in something like this.
You never know what happens. It's a lot of water around. Never know what happens.
Greatsword's heavier. Anyway.
Okay.
We should start heading back anyway. Victor will be left for dead if we keep going farther.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
But we still haven't gotten to the source of this corruption. Yes, please help. Please help us.
Well, obviously we haven't, but Victor can't go much farther, and I don't want to leave him by himself here. Like, I have faith in his ability, but the way all of us just got grabbed like that, I don't know, man. Oh, God. It's a... No. I don't like that look. That look is never good for anybody. And he's rolling more than once.
Zinro takes 8 points of damage as a body coalesces and becomes solid, and it rakes across his body, and it doesn't just rake across his body, you feel like it's going into you.
What did Zinro ever do to deserve this?
Another wraith figure tries to rake across Victor, but Victor manages to move out of the way.
Just fight being the heaviest out of all of us.
Wraith form tries to go for Dakaran, but Dakaran manages to move. He just tilts his head.
So Zinro's the only one that's... Yeah, no one likes Zinro.
That's the way the dice roll.
No one likes Zinro. Zinro asking Dakaran, is there any way we can actually hurt these things? Considering, you know... Ow.
Hit him, see what happens. Now there's six wraith forms trying to surround you guys. Roll for initiative.
Oh, fun. Initiative's fun. Ah, doesn't count. 2 for Zinro.
Plus, what's his dex?
+4 for Texas. For Victor. 11 for Victor. Let me guess, nat 20.
No. 19.
I was close. Now for the enemies. What they get?
You'll see.
I don't want to see. I'm probably going last. Both my guys are going last. Do I want to know?
You know what that means, right?
It's a 1, right?
No, that's a 20.
Oh, never mind.
It's a natural 20. That's a critical.
Oh, yeah. attacks?
No, that was just one. That was the critical. Critical is double damage.
Oh, yeah.
The Karn flicks his thumb up on the finger guard of his katana, and in a flash, and all years,
Okay, then.
as his sword cuts through the wraithly figure. The wraithly figure spews out ectoplasm. It slowly forms back, but as it's forming back, you can see the slash mark where the Karn left is just slowly forming slower altogether than what the rest of the body is. Like, it's taking more to just close this part of him from the wound he took.
So they can be hurt. Interesting.
Victor's turn.
That's surprising. I guess Victor will just try to go for a normal longsword slash. Right.
D20, and longswords are 1d8.
19.
You're a warrior class, that's a critical.
Oh, fun. So 1d8, right?
Mm-hmm.
8.
Roll again.
4.
It's 12. The ray figure reels back, and it kind of floats back as you slash it vertically. And it's looking at you now. The eyes are with black holes are now starting to have piercing red dots that are slowly growing bigger as he focuses on you.
Oh, what about the first one? Did the first one have this, huh?
You can't tell. You're too busy fighting yours. Zinro. You heard what I said, Zinro.
They rolled low. For Zinro to be going first before them, I should say. Yeah, he's just taking his arrow and shooting at the one that reeled back.
Yeah.
3. Okay.
You missed.
Last arrow down.
Their turn.
How many were there again?
6.
Oh, fun. And we already damaged 2.
We only damaged 2.
Yeah.
One of them tries to go and put his hand through you. Through Zinro. As he tries to hit Zinro, Zinro actually manages to move sideways. And it goes right into another wraith. One wraith looks at another as the hand is through its chest. And he's like, mother and a burst of ectoplasm. One down.
Oh, fun. They killed one another. Let's keep having that happen.
Dude rolled a 1.
Like I said, let's keep having that happen.
No, that's a 20.
Oh. Better be going for you. Zinro's already taking his damage. Victor don't need no damage. Victor's too cool to be damaged.
Yeah, okay.
Did you not see what he did with his longsword? Just shaw. 16 damage. Or 12 damage.
One of the wraiths comes up and slashes the Karn. And when he slashes the Karn's face, you can see the slash marks. And he's bleeding. The Karn looks back and he's got murder in his eyes. He's insulted. This thing actually had the audacity to touch him. Oh, crap.
Murder time.
Victor takes 5 points of damage.
Oh, fun. That's surprising considering his armor class.
Trust me, they rolled good on that one. I wouldn't, yeah.
I figured Victor would be taking, like, no damage at least this encounter.
Cow. Still need 2 more. What's your armor class for Zenro?
16.
Miss. Go. And just barely, just claws barely miss you. Again, the one tries to come up and hit the car, but he manages to move out of the way, just backtrack 2 steps and miss. Yeah, okay. Now the car's turn.
I'm surprised, even despite Zenro's low initiative roll, he still goes before the enemies.
You should go. Oh, wow.
20?
Yeah. I love this done.
Of course you do, it's your special one. I love this one because I rolled 20. Much damage.
The one that slashed the car. He's blinking a little bit as blood trails down his face, and he already sheathed the sword, but he comes back with a quick draw, and next thing you know,
It's dead.
you hear it scream, almost like it was alive, and it's gurgling, and it's trying to, after the head separates, bursts with ectoplasm shooting.
So that's 2 down, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 down, 40 down.
Victor's turn.
Victor, he's just going to slash the one closest to him. 15. So that'd be a hit, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's right.
1d8. 7.
7. Okay. It's reeling back, and it's growling at you. You see, it pulls its hands out, and as it does this, claws start to elongate. The fingers elongate, and the nails elongate. And now they're gangly, and just, yeah, they're coming for you. Zenro's turn.
Don't think about it. He says that as he shoots it at the one that just elongated his fingers. 19.
You're a warrior class.
Yeah. So 1d8.
2d8.
2d8. 6. And 1. 7.
7 plus 4 because you forgot to add a plus 2 twice.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah. You're lucky I remember your own stats.
Yeah. 7 plus 2. Okay. Or you said 7 plus 4? 2.
When you gotta tell him what his stuff is, because he forgets his own character sheet.
Ooh. Ooh. We speak not of this.
So, you shoot and just and it goes down, and then it explodes in of ectoplasm.
It's 3 down, 3 to go.
It goes to slash at you, the next one, but it's missing. Just it's going, but it keeps coming at you, and it keeps missing.
This one isn't very good at fighting.
Misses the car, same thing. Another one tries to float and slash, but he just floating and just dodges out of duck and dodge. Yep, duck and dodge.
That's a 20. And I'm assuming this is attacking Victor.
Victor takes 10 points of damage.
Jesus. He may be the tank, but I was expecting to get hit less.
He even, when he takes the damage, it feels like something's trying to wrap around his core.
Oh, that's fun.
Almost like it's trying to wrap it around and yank it out.
He doesn't like that very much. No, he doesn't like that at all.
car comes and slashes at one from the back that's actually running and trying to attack you. It reels forward a little bit, surprised that anybody would actually bother to attack it from behind with the audacity.
Is it dead or just hurt?
No, it's still alive.
Okay,
But you can tell it's badly hurt.
Time for Victor. He doesn't like getting his core grabbed at very much, so he's just stabbing it. 16. 7. 7.
7? That's actually enough to finish it off.
Yeah.
So how do you want to do that?
He's just stabbing in the chest.
So you just ram it up the chest?
Yeah.
You ram in him in the chest, turn, just pull it out. And you sling off the sludge from the ectoplasm. And then it explodes.
4 down, 2 to go. And Zinro's turn. Just taking another shot at one of them.
Which one? There's 2 left.
The one that you hit.
The one that's trying to attack you.
Yeah. 14.
That's a hit.
Indeed. 10 damage. Yay.
You shoot it dead in the middle of its forehead. It reels back, and it's looking at you like, really? And then,
You gonna do me like this?
and then, so now it's the one left.
Zinro's taking what down? Like 2 now? And Victor 2? What are you doing, huh? You taking 1 down. You taking a whole 1 down.
The one that's left looks around at his brother and they're gone. But it floats away, and then it disappears, wafts back into the mists.
Zinro's saying, so, how much can we get for this ectoplasm?
You'd have to find the right buyer. I'm not sure we have any connections for such a thing yet.
Crap. Worth a try.
Have you anything to even keep it?
Yep. I'm sad now.
Then we keep moving.
Alright. Let's go. Hey, now, kind of mad, because Victor has the spell, Detect Magic, and I could have done that before we even walked in here, but I didn't see it, and I looked over my spells.
How do you forget one of the spells you had?
I didn't forget, I just looked it over, like, I didn't see it.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Zinro?
I'm fine.
Okay. Roll perception.
Go on and do it. I don't like you. I rolled a 1.
Oh, you're too oblivious.
Victor got a 1. Let's go for Zinro. 10.
You're lucky.
Victor was more worried about why he tried to grab at its core.
The car looks around and goes, where's the woman?
Told you it was going to be a bad idea to bring her along, but nobody listens to Zinro. No, no one listens. Zinro isn't important.
The woman actually pops her head from around the corner after someone mentions her. I'm over here. I'm frightfully sorry.
Zinro jumps.
Don't do that.
I'm just... You were all fighting and I just...
I still find it suspicious none of them went for her. She's the most hittable out of all of us, and nobody goes for her. Don't you think that's suspicious, Dekarn?
The coroner looks at Zinro, and then looks at the woman, and then looks back at Zinro. Says, we'll deal with this later.
Can Victor use detect magic, detect magic on her?
Yes.
Okay, he does.
Roll.
D20.
Mm-hmm.
19.
You can detect a faint aura of transmutation on her. Transformation.
At least Victor's like, at least that's the only magic on her. I don't like this. I don't like her. I don't like the fact that she wants to come along. I don't like any of this.
You keep traveling.
Victor's finding it harder and harder to move.
No, the mud doesn't get any. It
Oh,
actually
just stays
starts
there.
to solidify as it goes to this one cottage in the middle of the bog. It's a big iron door on a wooden cottage. Nothing's lit up.
Shall we go in? Victor asks.
So let's try knocking first, the Karn says.
There's no reason to knock. It's a cottage, a very suspicious cottage, with an iron door in the middle of all this.
And you're a giant metal man that speaks.
I'm magic. That is just creepy and suspicious.
Both are, depending on whom you ask. Let's simply knock first.
Hi. And while you are speaking, Zinro's already at the door knocking.
This big, heavy iron door. As you tap it,
Victor's just like, well, if it didn't open, I was going to cast Acid Splash on it.
speak up.
Victor just says, well, if it didn't open, I was going to cast Acid Splash on it, but, you know,
Nothing goes my way. Sadly.
Roll perception.
you have us wrong with a lot of perception, and I don't like it. Zero rolls a 4. Victor rolls a 20.
Victor rolls a 20. You notice the woman's not there again.
Oh, Jesus. I'm about to cast Hold Person on her to make sure she can't move.
She's kind of like edging her way back. Like as everybody's speaking, she's starting to walk backwards, back into where you guys came from.
Zinro, where are you going? Didn't you say you wanted to join?
Yes, but I'm afraid that as we progressed, I'm starting to lose my nerve. This may have been a bad idea, for at least for me. I don't know how much help I can be for this.
Victor just looks at you and looks at Zinro like, she's been nothing but trouble and jump scares. I don't know. It's the only sound you can make is just. Zinro was inside the cottage looking around already.
What do we do with the car looks at Victor? What do we do with the woman?
I mean, I can cast Hold Person and keep her in place for.
We don't really need to do that.
But she keeps hiding and running and all that good stuff, and we never know where she's going. So it'd be best to keep an eye on her.
And then ask her to join us.
I get the feeling that's a bad idea. But alright. Hey, lady, woman, don't even know your name. Would you like to join us?
Angelina. My name is Angelina.
Angelina, would you like to join us?
I suppose.
She's hitting thumbs up and she said no. But alright. Let's go.
She kind of hugs on Victor's arm, on his sword arm.
Victor just looks at her with, even though he can't really give it trust, she's like, really? Seriously? My sword arm, of all things? Really?
As you say that, she just switches arms. Goes to your shield arm. But you can tell she's coming tight to you.
Like a scared little child.
Everybody enters. As you enter, it's not lit at all. And then small candles dimly light up the room. It's still to the point where shadows can be cast all around, and some of them seem to be dancing and moving.
Victor's closing the door. He closes the door.
There's an altar in the middle of the big room of the cottage. It's covered in blood and guts and viscera.
Is it fresh blood?
Is it?
Zinro goes over and touches it. Because he has no self-preservation. He touches it.
The clown walks over. He touches it and he puts it to his tongue and he spits it out. And he looks at everybody. This blood's fresh.
Fun. Is this one of the bodies you were smelling earlier?
Not from this far away.
Well, whoever it was obviously someone who enjoys their rituals, and could be the person who's doing all this.
You hear the laughter and cackles of two female voices. They seem to be coming from all around the cottage at the same time. Roll perception.
For Zinro, 3. He's a very non-perceptive person today. For Victor, 19.
You notice the woman's no longer hugging your arm.
Oh my god. I swear I've stabbed this woman. Oh my god.
So another has come for the sacrifice. You hear one voice say, "Yes, this is most delightful." Comes the second voice. "Sisters, I bring more foolish adventurers." And you see two night hags come forward. And the third is the woman that's been traveling with you guys. She casts off and becomes the third night hag.
Zinro just says, told you we should have killed her. I told you, but you didn't let me commit murder. You should have just let me. Now that I think about it, when you said the transmutation, when it detects magic, you said everyone was deformed, so I'm thinking, okay, that's what's making her what she is, but no. It didn't.
I gave you a blatant hint, you rolled for it, bro.
You did. You gave me a blatant answer, but I overlooked it because of the deformed people. I don't trust you anymore. Even with blatant answers, I'm not trusting you anymore. I'm suspecting everything of everything.
Roll for initiative.
And Victor's just speaking to himself like, oh, so that's the magic I was detecting. Thought it was something else. 7 plus 4 is 11 for Zinro. $20 for Victor. Excuse me, what? Look at that face. That means they must have rolled terribly.
Yeah, they did. They did. So, Victor goes first.
He doesn't hesitate, he's stabbing the woman. The one that led them there. He has no hesitation. He feels no remorse. He is stabbing her and making sure to twist the blade later. 4.
Yeah, he's not stabbing her.
Can we just like whack her with his shield? Is that something he
You
can
want
do?
to come around and shield bash?
Yeah.
Secondary attack. You take that with a disadvantage.
Okay.
Disadvantage of 4.
Ooh. Okay. I roll a 3.
It's negative, bro.
-1.
You rolled a 3, that's 6. It was a disadvantage 4. You have 2. Yeah, yeah, it was a 2. You miss. As she comes up, you rush up. You span the gap between you and she, and you thrust. And she goes, ah, and your blade swings by her. You come around, ah, and she just ducks under it and bobs and weaves.
You're very troublesome, aren't you?
Alright, the Karn's turn. The Karn's gonna rush up, and he ain't no shit. So, the Karn rushes up, and he tries to, but as he comes with his Bato Jutsu, the woman rolls back, and the blade just barely misses her face. And she's staring at him dead in his eyes, cackling and laughing.
Most seems they know how to fight, don't they?
Zinro's turn.
He knocks a poison arrow. They seem to know how to fight, don't they? Fires at the one that hasn't been attacked yet.
If you're knocking a poison arrow, that's your turn. Remember, your poison arrow.
Oh yeah, it's in my thing.
So you gotta pull out.
Yeah, I have to pull out and
That's
knock
your
it in the next turn.
That's your turn.
Yeah. It's just doo-doo butter. I don't like that face, ever. Unless it's on my side, I don't like that face. Stop trying to kill Zinro.
Victor.
Thanks, Victor.
After he gets, the hag slams her hand into his chest. You feel arcane energy surge through you, and there's a pulse, and it throws him back into the iron door. You take 15 points of damage.
This man's supposed to be a tank, and you're just killing him. You're gonna kill me, you know that?
What? No, I would never kill you accidentally on purpose. Just purposely on purpose.
Victor's supposed to be the tank, yet he's taking the most damage, even though he has the highest armor class. They have to roll at
Lucky
least like
die.
They have to roll at least like a 17 to come anywhere close to my
Lucky
armor
die,
class.
bruh.
Who rolls a 17 constantly?
Hag tries to claw at Zinro, but misses. Just swipes and just barely misses him.
Zinro, too shifty. Shifty, shifty.
The hag that was fighting with the Karn comes back and tries to put her hand into his chest. He manages to move out of the way, just as the hand's coming. So, Victor's turn.
Zinro just says, while Victor's fighting, seems like fight the same as the ectoplasmic ghost things we fought earlier.
He's just going for another slash, because he doesn't like her very much at the moment.
I can only imagine how bad you messed up.
It's a 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
My poor longsword. What's going on with my longsword?
Get a 6-sided. Roll.
5.
5. You go and strike, but it goes into the altar. You can feel the reverberate.
Is it stuck in the altar or just?
Yep. But it didn't break.
Yay. No, it's your turn after. Right
Oh,
there.
yeah. I apologize.
You're good. The twitch of the lip means you got below a 10.
The car, after the woman tries to put her hand into his chest and he moves back, his sword's already out. So he slashes and she reels back.
Oh,
Yeah, Zimmer.
Zinro's just firing again at the one that isn't attacking either Victor or Dakarin. Took me a second to remember your name. 11 plus 4, that's 15.
That's a hit. That's a strike.
Hey, he hits. It's 1d8 for the arrow itself. 10 damage. And is there any other damage for the poison, or is that a lasting?
That's a next effect.
Okay.
But she's gonna roll resistance. She has no resistance. So, so she takes the arrow. You dare strike a lady?
Not much of a lady now, are you?
Night Hag tries to attack Victor, but as she's going in trying to grapple him, she completely misses. He's able to fight himself free, wrest himself free. Hag hit the car and slash, comes up and tries to slash at him, but he's backing up just enough to be out of harm's way. Just what's wrong, class again?
For Zinro?
Yeah.
16. I don't like you, you know that? I really don't like you.
She pulls the arrow out. Bloody bastard! And she glides. It's like gliding. You don't even see her legs move. And comes up and rakes against you. Her hands are sickly green. And it's all, you, right before she strikes, you can see almost like venom dripping from her talons. And she slashes you for 12 points of damage.
Zinro just says an eye for an eye, I guess.
Roll resistance.
You said 12, right?
Yeah. Roll resistance. Constitution. 20, yeah. What'd you get?
Modified 5.
So that was a natural one?
Yeah.
That was a natural one. You take an additional 3 points of damage as you spit out blood from being poisoned.
It's an eye for an eye, I guess. I mean, I poisoned her. It's only fair she poisons me.
Victor's turn.
Victor, not bothering to get his greatsword out, he just dismantles. No, I don't want to be the right word. The built-in sight he has. Kind of just like unleashes it and yeah. 11 plus 4 is 15.
It's a strike.
I'm just wrong character.
26.
26. One. Plus 4 damage, which is 5.
You nick her.
That's 5 whole damage. Let's go, boy.
You cut her just enough for her to back off of you. I'll kill you yet!
Try me. That's all Victor says is try me. I don't like to pray. I don't.
The Karn, after the witch tries to strike him, stabs her, runs his sword through both into her
wall.
chest, and just rushes and stakes her to the wall. He twists it,
Cuts him.
slashes up,
Yeah.
and then
Well, that's one dead.
you can hear her scream as what's left of her, the top portion of her, splits apart, and the rest of her slumps down.
Now we only got 2 left.
Zenro's turn.
Zenro doesn't like his chances at all. He's poisoned. He doesn't like this. They're made of feathers, right? They have feathers on them. Do they have feathers on them? You said hag, right?
They're not hag ravens, right?
Oh, that's, I don't know why I'm thinking hag raven.
Because I said hag, and you're thinking hag raven.
Yeah. Are they wearing flammable stuff, though?
They're wearing clothes, yes.
I'm knocking a fire arrow.
You're knocking the fire first, you gotta hold it out.
Well, yes. If I can pull it out, then knock it my next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pulling out my fire arrow. Yay. I don't care if we're at a wedding cottage.
Zinro doesn't care. He believes in his comrades.
The one that just poisoned you looks off to the side and, Sister! She will be avenged. She tries to slash at you again, but you manage to move out of the way as you fend off. But you do take 4 points of poison damage.
I'm almost as damaged as Victor now.
And so is she.
But the worst part is, Victor can't be healed.
Victor can't be Nate.
Can't be healed.
Oh. Yes, he can.
Yeah, with magic.
Yeah.
Can't take a healing potion like the rest of us. But that was that mending magic. You have mending magic, okay. I was half expecting that, knowing you being the cleric / healer all the time.
Because you guys don't ever heal yourselves. You always look at me. Why can't you heal us?
Victor doesn't... He wasn't programmed with healing. Self-healing.
Dude,
Programmed.
you can literally just use magic to heal yourself.
But he doesn't have that spell.
That's his fault.
Hey, he can't be helped. He can't help the way he was made.
Oh, yeah, baby. The witch comes down on Victor and slams both her fists into his shoulders.
Can Victor resist being knocked on his knee?
For 10 points of damage.
Jeez. Why don't you like Victor? What did Victor do to you?
I'm not, your voice is the left.
He's 16.
Oh, damn.
He's almost dead.
Damn, honey.
Both my characters almost dead. 16 and 29. And the one that's supposed to be the tankiest of all of us is the one taking the most damage.
Look, I'm just rolling good against him.
He's gonna die. He's gonna die.
No one cares.
Zenro. No, it's Victor.
Victor, yeah.
It's gonna take a whole turn to pull out his sword, ain't it? I'm not talking about the sword stuck in the altar, I'm talking about his great sword. Well, Victor's pulling out his great sword, and since that counts as a movement turn, he can't cast, correct?
You can cast, but you can't cast an attack.
Oh, well, true strike. I don't believe it. Attack, I think it just adds to your attack.
It's a buff.
So that would still count as an attack thing?
It's a buff.
Okay.
Which means you'd be buffed up for next strike.
Well, he'll just strike now with this great foot.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Critical. Double damage.
26.
46.
Yeah.
Actually 66 if you want to get technical. Because the fire damage is 1d6.
Oh yeah, so that'd give me 3d6 and times 2. So that's 3, 9, 14,
Keep going.
16. 18.
That's
21.
All you want to do is death blow.
Let's cut her in half vertically.
Done. Describe it.
As Victor pulls out his great sword, he's just done with taking so much blows from this witch, as he describes her. So he takes up his sword and with one hefty swing, cuts straight through with a vertical slash from the shoulder to the midsection.
You hear her scream, "Ah!" as she moves a little bit, and then one side slumps off, and the other one just falls.
I'm just realizing how deadly Victor is with his great sword.
He's extremely deadly,
Yes, he is.
especially with a crit. I need to use the great sword more often.
Zinro's turn.
Zinro fires the fire arrow. I didn't even roll, I kinda just
What'd you get?
got an 8. It's a modified 12.
No, doesn't hit. But you do start setting shit on fire.
That's why my face was like, oh.
Oh yeah.
I was hoping I wouldn't miss.
You go to shoot. She actually just tilts her head to the side, and the arrow right by her, but it hits the wall behind her, and it's still a wooden cottage. So, and it starts to, the wall starts to catch.
Fun.
She takes a little bit of heat damage though.
Wait, what's the difference between a fire arrow and a fire burst arrow?
You only have fiery burst.
I know, but I'm like, what's the difference between the two?
The damage, the fiery burst, it catches out in the area. The fire arrow,
It's just one.
even if it went in the wood, it would actually take some time for it to burn because it would need an accelerant. The fiery burst has the accelerant.
Okay.
I have too many arrows.
Well, not too
She
many.
goes to slash at you again, but she misses.
Yay!
Victor's turn.
He has no sympathy for these people anymore. He's just going to drive her through. Or make an attempt to drive her through. Nat 20.
I'll let that roll. How you want to do his death blow?
Hold on, I don't even have to roll for it. Same as you did yours. Except instead of cutting up, I'm kind of just stabbing, twisting, and cutting to the side instead of upward.
Oh, so
Yeah.
okay, well, describe it. Describe his death blow.
Victor turns around, and at the moment, since he's so damaged, all he sees is red. So, is she facing the opposite of me, so I have her back to me? Or is she? Okay. So he runs up, takes his great sword, and stabs it through her, continue running until he hits the wall. And then once he hits the wall, he turns, and then rips the sword out sideways, tearing his guts up.
You cut through rib cage and stomach matter, and it kind of as it shoots off to the side, and she's clawing at the wall, and she just kind of slumps. You hear bones break as her spine.
Oh, that's fun.
The cottage is set on fire. It's actually slowly starting to catch.
Especially because my fire's still.
That's the whole point. Yeah.
I'm setting this place on fire. I was gonna do it anyway, but why not do it while we're fighting?
Roll perception.
Zinro just told you we should have trusted it. 13 for Zinro. You said wisdom,
Mhm.
so 17 or 16.
Okay. You notice banging from under the altar and children's voices as the smoke starts to actually fill the room. They're actually calling for help.
Excuse me. Victor goes over to help. Is there like a latch or something, like a hatch that opens up, or?
Roll investigation.
Oh, nice.
Intelligence.
6. Zinro's assisting. 11.
Plus.
Oh no, that's modified 11.
Oh, okay. You're all touching and trying to look around, and what happens is the Karn actually accidentally, and he puts his hand and the altar starts to move. It's stone scraping on stone, and it goes. But as the stone moves, you can see steps going down. So there was a deeper level to the cottage that nobody knew about, and the kids are starting to rush out.
I say when this place first, we get the kids out, and when this place is done burning, we investigate what's down there. Does that sound like a plan?
How about we just get these kids out?
Well, yes, that was the first objective.
So,
Victor goes first, and he's just like, not even hesitate, just practically kicks the door down.
strength check.
Yay. 18
18 plus what?
plus 4.
Okay. Victor actually manages to kick the door off the hinges. Because the hinges and everything is still into the wood. The wood isn't as strong. So, and the big iron door.
Let's go.
The kids are crying, and some of them are leaving, but some of them don't know what to do. They're calling for their mothers and fathers.
Victor picks some of the kids up, puts them on his shoulder, like a little ride. Well, he first gets his longsword, because I know you're very specific about me getting my longsword. First gets his longsword out of the altar. I'm not leaving that behind.
The kids are kind of beating on you.
Let me go! Let me go! Victor doesn't care. He's just getting them back to safety. Or, well, somewhere more safe than Bergen Cottage.
Zinro.
Well, since I say Zinro's not as strong, but Zinro's actually stronger than Victor. Zinro's doing like, oh wait, he can't really. No, he can do the same. So Zinro's just basically doing the same, carrying as many kids as possible. Got it. Scared me.
So the Karn is following suit, picking up kids in his arms and just carting them away as fast as he can from the burning house. As the cottage is starting to burn, you hear ghostly wails come from.
Looks like that's where the raid things were coming from.
And almost immediately, you can see cracks of sunlight piercing through the dark clouds.
I think we figured it out, boys. It was the hags all along. Do they really eat the children? Now that I think about it. There's a sacrificial altar hiding children. Either they're sacrificing the children or they're eating the children. There is no in between. I don't care what you say. No hag steals children and doesn't plan on eating them or sacrificing them. Or putting them in some sort of labor.
Guess we'll never know. They're all dead.
And 2 of them were gruesome.
Gruesomely?
Yeah. I didn't think that was an actual word, that's why.
Yeah.
2 of them were gruesomely murdered by Victor. One cut in half, the other one cut sideways. Victor did a lot, and I love it. I have more kills than you. I realized that. You've only killed like 2 pigs.
Have I?
2 or 3 pigs. You killed 1 hag, and you killed like 1 wraith,
So yeah, you only kill like 2 things.
Okay.
I kill everything else. Yay.
So we're gonna wrap this up.
Alrighty then.
The group gets the children back to their parents. The people that are left are very grateful, but some of the kids are coming back to no parents at all.
Can we adopt them? You can bring them back to the guild hall. Then, please.
You want to bring kids to the guild hall.
Zenro's practically bouncing at the idea.
The Karn looks at you and says, you need to take care of them, which means you can't go out on adventures.
True. Isn't there like foster homes or something around the guild hall? With parents wanting children?
We can look into that.
Okay. Because he doesn't want to leave the kids behind. He doesn't want to leave them here all sad and depressed. He wants to bring them back. Because he loves children. No matter how much children probably don't like him, he loves children.
Yeah, he thinks they're tasty. I'm just kidding.
He doesn't eat flesh. Never has. Doesn't think it tastes good. That's your department.
So, the Karn takes a swig of his gourd, then he hands some to Zenro.
Let's go. Woo.
You are healed for 10 points of damage.
Victor's just over here like, I'm fine. Practically dead, but I'm fine.
Don't you have your own healing magic?
No. Wasn't made that way.
We'll heal you and we'll rest up here. We'll rest here. And later, perhaps we'll investigate what's left.
Alright. Sounds like a plan.
And we'll call it there?
Yep.
We'll call it there.
Oh, God.
So hey, we're gonna call it there. Thanks for watching. We hope you had a good time. We actually had a good time filming this for you and getting to play. You get to see how crazy our adventures are going and how, I don't want to say vicious I am, but okay, the way he's looking at me, he's completely disagreeing with that. He's saying, yes, I am vicious. I disagree. Let us know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you again for our next adventure. This is King Sway signing off.